All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are breaking down a really radical blueprint for building wealth fast. And trust me, it's probably going to challenge everything you think you know about making money. So, we're kicking things off with a pretty bold statement, right? One that kind of flips everything we've been told on its head. The message here is forget the side hustle, forget grinding 24/7. The real key to building wealth, according to this blueprint, is somewhere else entirely. And that leads us to this massive question. Is just earning more money the actual secret to getting rich? I mean, we're all taught to chase that bigger paycheck, that promotion. But what if that chase is the very thing holding us back from a real financial freedom? And here it is, the big idea. The problem isn't your income. It's not about what's coming in, it's about what's not going out. The real secret weapon is the discipline to actually hold on to the money you already have instead of just constantly trying to earn more. Just to put this whole side hustle thing into perspective, the person behind this strategy actually tested those get paid to watch apps for a full year, and the grand total he earned, 60 cents. Seriously, your time is worth so much more than that. So, to really make this work, we have to talk about a huge mindset shift. This isn't about finding some temporary burst of energy. Nope. It's about building a system. It's the classic battle, discipline versus motivation. First up, let's talk about motivation. You know that feeling, right? You see someone on social media with a new car or some flashy jewelry, and you get this jolt of, I want that. Well, that's motivation. It's like a sugar rush. It feels good for a second, but it's external, and it never, ever lasts. Discipline, on the other hand, is a completely different animal. Think of it as your own internal engine. It's a set of rules you live by, whether you feel like it or not. It's about showing up and doing the work, especially on the days you have zero inspiration. And this just lays it all out, plain and simple. Motivation, it's temporary, it's emotional, it's just the spark. But discipline, that's consistent. It's built on systems. It's your own personal standard. And let's be real. You cannot build lasting wealth on a foundation of feelings. Okay, so now that we've got the mindset right, let's get to the absolute heart of this entire blueprint. This is the one rule that you cannot bend, the one that makes everything else click into place. It's called the 50% rule. This is the number. 50%. Burn this into your brain. According to this strategy, this is the hard line between people who build wealth like crazy and those who just don't. Not 10%, not 20, 50. And when they say every single dollar, they mean every single dollar. We're talking 50% of your paycheck, obviously, but also 50% of that $10 your grandma gives you for your birthday, 50% of a $50 refund. No exceptions. Anything less, and you're just cheating your future self. Now, I know what you might be thinking. 50%? There's no way. But hang on, because the system lays out a really clear 4-step blueprint that actually makes this possible. So here's the game plan, and it's super straightforward. First, you set a real, tangible goal. Second, you live by that 50% rule we just talked about. Third, you make your money start working for you. And fourth, you use a little psychological trick to keep yourself on track. Step 1 is all about getting crystal clear. That vague idea of, I want to be rich, isn't going to cut it. You need a specific number, like I will save $10,000. Write it down on a piece of paper, stick it on your wall, and look at it every single day. Make it real. So after you have your goal and you start saving that 50%, you get to step 3. Where does the money go? And this is so important. Look at the difference here. Your typical big bank might give you, 0.01% interest, but a high-yield savings account could be getting you 4% or even more. That gap is enormous. So what does that actually mean for your wallet? Well, let's say you have 10 grand saved up. In the big bank, you might earn a single dollar over a year, a whole dollar. In the high-yield account, you could be looking at $400. That's literally free money that you're leaving on the table if you don't make the switch. And finally, we get to step 4, the out-of-sight method. And it comes with this really interesting idea. If you're someone who just taps your card without thinking, try using cash for a while. There is a real psychological difference, a pain even, when you physically hand over a $20 bill. You feel it in a way you just don't with a tap. And look, when you start putting all of these pieces together, you build the discipline, you nail the 50% rule, you use the right accounts, it all leads to the final, And honestly, the most important transformation of all. So let's boil it all down. Here's your action plan, your checklist. 1. Write down that specific savings goal. 2. Save 50% of every dollar, no excuses. 3. Put that money in a high-yield account so it grows. And 4. Stop buying stuff you don't need just to impress people you don't know. And really, if you take only one thing away from all of this, let it be this. This whole blueprint is about shifting your focus. It's not about looking wealthy. It's about quietly, systematically, and relentlessly becoming wealthy. So I'll leave you with a challenge. Not about someday, about right now. What is your specific numerical savings goal for the next 30 days? Don't just think it, write it down. That's the first step, and it's the most important one you can take.